man in pain, bitter from the war, PTSD guy. It just blows my mind. Hi ho everybody, it's the Gringo Scott here today, and we are looking at the 2016 movie with Andrew Garfield, Hacksaw Ridge, directed by Mel Gibson. Hot dog. I'm like, what? Please remember guys to subscribe and click that bell notification. Start your morning with a life lesson and a movie review. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this 2016 movie based on a true story, Hacksaw Ridge. The true story of Private Desmond T. Doss, who won the Congressional Medal of Honor despite refusing to bear arms during World War II on religious grounds. Doss was drafted and ostracized by fellow soldiers for his pacifist stance, but went on to earn respect and adoration for his bravery, selflessness, and compassion. So they say, yeah, will you join? He says, I'll join the war, but I won't fire a firearm. They say, excuse me, you're not going to fire a firearm? He says, no, I don't want to fire a firearm. I refuse to. I'll be a medic. And they say, but you'll have to fire a firearm. He says, no, I won't. And that's how the story goes. This reminds me big time, guys. Big time. And I've learned in my life as well, when there's been something that you did that was messed up. You messed up and you caused harm or pain for someone. What are your options? Self-loathing can be super strong. You hate yourself. You can't forgive yourself. You're just so angry and you can't get past, you can't move past it. Well, I had a therapist tell me one day, learn from it. Take personal responsibility of what could you have done to do different in the situation. What could you have done? Not what this guy did or blame him, but what could you have done? Figure that out and dedicate. It's just horrible situation or whatever that you caused. Dedicate that you will do that thing you can do to avoid it in the future. It helped me move on at that point and forgive myself, because you know, it's hard to forgive yourself when you did something dumb and it caused like real pain and suffering or something. It's like, wow, that sucks. So like in my case, for example, I found out that I need to take care of my mental health. I was chronically depressed, and yet I was putting no real effort to try to care for myself. My self-care was horrible, was not good at all. So guess what? When you're depressed, you don't think very clearly, you're impulsive, you don't like, I don't care, you're not thinking of others at all. So you know what? That could have been a reason that caused something to happen. That was kind of a way for me to say, okay, I've got to own this. I got to dedicate this to this situation and say, I'm not going to let this happen again. Or at least it ain't going to be because I'm trying not to let it happen again. There's a reason why he said he didn't want to be violent or what have you. And it was kind of a similar setup, kind of a dedication to something or some situation where he's making a living amends. So I thought that was really neat, and I think that's the deeper meaning of this one, guys. The bad. So I can't help but think, just like all based on reality movies, what is dramatized. So I didn't take the time to sit and compared the real story of Desmond versus this Hollywood version. But there were definitely things my wife and I turned to each other and like, dude, that's definitely Hollywood. There's no way. And that was like a video game. So there was some of that. Also, when I was doing this video right now, the description from the internet says he was drafted. The movie does not show it that way. Why do you gotta change it? La. But they change it, and that's just the way it is. Someone thinks it's better that way. As if this guy's story is amazingly enough. I mean, they wouldn't have to change much. I read the story of him, and holy moly, dude. The manipulations of Hollywood. They are that way. There's benefits for Hollywood. There's not benefits. And maybe if I worked there, I'd get it. But I don't get it. Why do this? Just tell the truth. These people are role models for us. But as far as bad things, I got nothing more to say about that. The rest is all good. The good. There's a lot of good, guys. But one of the good things is the foreshadowing and symbolism. There was tons of foreshadowing. I'd seen this movie before. And there was so much foreshadowing and symbolism explaining why he is the way he is and what you're going to see in the future and why it happens. So Mel Gibson and co. did a really good job of saying, let's explain why this character does these things and how he does them and what he's going to do. So the great foreshadowing, really well done, flows really well within the movie. It's like, wow, so cool, guys. Great job. Let's talk about the actors. Andrew Garfield, of course. He's amazing for playing a very grounded, exceptional person in this one. Wow. Shout out to Vince Vaughn, who plays a sergeant, the drill sergeant. That guy, I tell you, Vaughn, you've gotten so much better. You used to be a very one-dimensional character early on, and you have really grown your ability, your acting ability. I saw him in another movie not that long ago. I was like, damn, that's Vince Vaughn. Like, he's getting good. He's becoming a really good actor. He was a really good actor. This, like, dude, fitting. Great job, Vince. He is by far one of the best drill sergeants with a sense of humor and kind of a cocky, jokey thing that I think I've seen. All the actors do a great job in this movie. I mean, they really do. They do an awesome job. The guy who played Agent Smith on The Matrix, and he also played the elf guy. I can't remember his name. It starts with an E. Put that down in the comments if you guys know. Oh my gosh, he plays such a wonderfully suffering man in pain, bitter from the war, PTSD guy. It just blows my mind. The power of being having a goal, having values, believing in something, and having faith. It appeared that he was kind of on rails. He's doing God's work, you know, and that really showed that he was just able to be on rails. He's not worried about ego. He's following his destiny, and that gives him tons of power to be able to do things. Man, it was just so inspirational, this movie. It was crazy. It's such an intense movie. In summary, guys, this is a great movie. This one is by the most disturbing. I mean, it was made by the guy who did The Passion of Christ, which is very disturbing as well. So, very disturbing. But I felt like necessary. So it wasn't like unnecessary violence. It was to prove a point and to show the horrors of war. And that they do. Yes, it was definitely Hollywood dramatization and such, but they're going to do that, and you know, what are you going to do? Nothing's perfect. Lord knows I couldn't make something this good, so wow, amazing, great job. So guys, I'm going to give this movie, Hacksaw Ridge 2016, on a scale of 1 to 10, one of the best war movies I've seen, a 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10.
Peace, yeah, boy.